He's gonna have like Scottish boxers on.
Ready to avert your eyes. Ladies ready to look away.
Oh no. I'm so scared. I can't watch.
Should I put them on?
Oh! I told you. That was funny.
Okay. Well, as you can see, he's not actually wearing a traditional costume. If Mark holds up the kilt and just unravels it slowly from the from the top end, you'll see how much cloth there is in the modern kilt. It goes on and on. There's actually about 6 or 7 yards of cloth in the modern kilt. So you never guessed there was all that amount of cloth.
Isn't it considered prostitution to be paid to take your clothes off?
Stripping is
The
legal.
original kilt
That's what comes after.
was this.
You would have experience with that.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
So this is the
That's like
original
3
kilt.
times the size of my bed. It's
So,
just a blanket.
And it was often the only really good piece of clothing the ancient Highlander had. So imagine you're out in the hills, you're slowly marching all day, night comes, you simply roll it out in the heather, and roll yourself up in it and go to sleep.
Oh
gosh.
Oh. There he goes. I don't think I did it right. Oh, he's sleeping.
In the morning, the birds begin to sing, the bagpipes now begin to play.
That's what it sounds like.
Highlander stirs. After a fantastic night's sleep under the open sky.
I don't want it.
There he goes. Well, this is a fun job. But they had under their coat? Yeah. My friend's dad left for me before I left. She was like, the Scottish one's more cute.
And then he's got a problem because how does he get dressed in this thing? Well, he takes the belt and he puts it under one end, about a third of the way up it, or 3 stripes or something.
He's standing right in the way.
And then we're going to make the pleats. And we're just going to do this very quickly
if he was watching what
in
I
order
just
to
did.
give a rough idea of how it went. Okay, so if we start
Yeah,
say
thanks.
about
I
here,
just don't want to hit it.
and it's nice and easy to do on this wooden floor because the cloth slides easily. It would be a lot harder on heather. You'd probably have to get somebody to help you. If it had been a very cold night, then of course he could have rolled up in it with his wife.
That's awkward.
But if his wife was home,
Make sure they do it anyway.
and apparently what they did some of the time, when it was really cold, it was to put one end in a stream and to roll up from the dry end so that the wet end was exposed to the air and it froze. And in the frozen state, it gave just a little extra insulation. Okay, we've gone a bit squid, but that doesn't matter. Okay, Mark's now going to lie down in the kilt. Yeah, froze to the bottom. Possibly just a tail that way.
Bit more.
Okay, thank you.
A little map.
So one end over one side, the other end over the other side, and then it has to be done up quite tight in order to keep all the pleats in place.
Oh yeah.
too much.
I said that. I didn't.
Okay.
Can you hand me the line that's right there? No, it's not the store.
Mark gets up
Oh,
and holds the pleats as he gets up.
stop. Just take a video.
Turns round.
Thank you.
Then behind, you see all the pleats. And immediately you see where the modern kilt comes from.
Pull it down. I would not buy it.
You also see it was worn quite short.
Oh yeah.
If you see old paintings, then it's worn quite short. And that's partly because the Highlanders always had such a magnificent physique. It's also if they're wading through rivers and stuff, then it was more practical. Sometimes wading through field of thistles so you could drop the kilt. Or you could disguise yourself as a lady. Bonnie Prince Charlie escaped from the English by being dressed as a lady.
He looks like
And sometimes it rains in Scotland, so it snows, so you can just gather up the kilt and wrap it over your head. All these yards and yards and yards of it.
I need to invest in one of these.
Untreated wool, before it's had the application of chemicals, is actually much more waterproof
What is he doing?
Being warm.
Oh.
than treated wool. And Highlanders lived in these in all weathers. But as you know, usually it's the sun shines in Scotland.
Oh yeah. All the time.
So you can drop the
It's
kilt,
like the Napa Valley
but
here.
then you want to tuck it out of the way for work or for getting dressed as a gentleman. So what you could do, if it was just for work, you could gather up one end and just tuck it into his belt very quickly. Tuck it into your belt.
Tuck it in.
Gather up the other end, or you
Oh,
can gather up the other end.
that's
You
nice.
can make pleats very roughly, quickly, but hopefully just do it quickly. And then you can gather over a shoulder, and you can put on a black jacket first, and then you can either tie it to the other end or fasten it with the brooch. And if you see pipe bands and what's called the really smartest, flashiest #1 uniform, it has the remnant of this. There's a kind of plate that hangs over the shoulder, and that's a remnant of the original kilt. So he's got that now, and
Whoa. Aww.
Are you videoing? Have you videoed?
and then all he needs is a sword,
Oh, you look so cute.
and he's ready for business.
Get it.
Hurry, hurry. He's looking at us. Oh, look at the smile.
That's so short. Like that would not fly.
This is actually the original Highland kilt, and in Gaelic it's called the Philomore. More means big, and ben means little. So this is the Philoben, the little cloth. That's the big cloth, the Philomore. You'll see lots of mountains. Ben also means Ben means mountain. So Ben More is big mountain, and Ben Beg is little mountain. So Philabeg, Philomore. And what effectively happened after the failure of the rebellion by Bonnie Prince Charlie, and the kilt was actually banned and the playing of the pipes for some time, 30 years. But in order to encourage Highland soldiers to join the United British Army, the Scottish regiments effectively took this kilt and cut it in half, took the lower half, sewed pleats in place, added buckles, and made it a military uniform, easy to put on and off, and much more practical than the Philomore. So now you know why Scotsmen wear the kilt, but you still don't know what they wear under the kilt.
I think we do.